and how our collective input can lead to real meaningful change for individuals with disabilities and their families. The campaign is titled "The Voices That Move Us" because our voices are powerful. Our stories, concerns, and ideas drive the work that moves Louisiana forward. Our motto is "Our voice, our action, Louisiana forward, whatever it takes." So what is LACAN? LACAN is the advocacy arm of the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council. It's a statewide grassroots network composed of individuals with disabilities, family members, and committed allies. Wallace, could you go ahead and start the recording, please? Thank you. LACAN provides education and training to its members so they can engage effectively.
Recording in progress.
LACAN provides education and training to its members so they can engage effectively with policymakers on issues that impact their lives. Those issues include inclusive education, home and community-based services, employment opportunities, and access to health care. Members receive action alerts, policy updates, and guidance to become empowered advocates. By organizing this network, LACAN ensures the voices of people with disabilities and their families are heard and valued in policy discussions. LACAN supports the Louisiana Developmental Disability Council's mission by advancing inclusive policy change. There's 9 of us. We are in the middle. Christina on the end actually covers region 1 and 10. It's in the New Orleans area and they're right next to each other. So she actually covers 2 regions, but there's one of us in each LDH region. So we promote laws and programs that help people with disabilities fully participate in every aspect of life: home, school, work, and communities. Each of us has a dedicated LACAN leader who guides local advocacy efforts, provides support, and connects individuals to decision makers. If you need help finding your leader, you can go to this page, you can go to the website to this page, you could call us. We'll help you get hooked up with the right person, because I did notice that there are a few people that registered that are out of my region. I still want your input, but I want you to know that you have a person assigned to you. So we help bridge the gap between community voices and legislative action. It's my job to hook you up with your legislators, ensuring that advocacy remains people-centered and regionally responsive. The advocacy process is a year-long cycle. It begins with community input, which we're doing right now. We did it a little bit the end of July and then all of the month of August. We're going to turn in our information the very last of this month. And there's like a series of steps that are designed to shape state policy. That includes the gathering input from individuals and families, forming the council's legislative agenda. There's a committee from the Developmental Disabilities Council that does that, and they're actually virtual and in person, so you could watch. And if you have a disability or you have a child with a severe disability, you could register to be able to participate, like an accommodation, right? We do other things like round tables, legislative visits, individual visits with legislators, and engaging during the legislative session. You understanding the process helps everyone see how one person's voice can impact the entire system when combined with others. Lacan empowers individuals to become confident advocates. Members learn how to communicate their stories in ways that resonate with policymakers. Y'all stay connected with others in your region, so there's a supportive community of advocates. Through simplified policy updates, Lacan helps members understand complex issues. It provides timely guidance on when and how to take action, like emailing or contacting your legislator. And most important, it ensures that advocates have a visible and impactful presence during key decision-making moments. So if you're not a Lacan member, if I know Wallace, he's probably already dropped the link. I encourage you to go and register. It's free. You're going to get more information about special education and home and community-based services than you could ever think that you needed or want. So community advocacy, that's where the cycle begins. With us listening to the community and inviting individuals with disabilities, families, and allies to share their experiences, concerns, and ideas. It's more than just feedback, it's really the foundation of what we're doing. We want to understand real issues that people are facing. Community input allows us to identify recurring themes, gaps in services, and emerging needs. It ensures the future advocacy efforts are truly reflective of the lived experience of Louisianians with disabilities. That word Louisianians never wants to come out the first time. When people with lived experience share their stories, they bring practical insights that top-down decision-making often misses. Community input makes policy solutions more effective because they're informed by reality. It builds trust between advocates and decision makers because the process values participation. It promotes equity by centering the voices of those often excluded from policy making. Importantly, it can prevent misguided policies that do more harm than good. Ultimately, community input strengthens advocacy by creating a sense of ownership and shared responsibility. Let me look at the chat. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is Wallace dropping all the good stuff that we needed. Yeah, great. Thank you, Wallace. The Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council reviews all collected input and identifies common threads and urgent priorities. Those are then developed into clear, actionable items that form the Council's legislative agenda. The agenda guides all of Lacan's advocacy efforts during the legislative session. It's important to note that the agenda isn't created in isolation. It's a direct response to the community's needs. It reflects what people care about most and gives a clear roadmap for action. The legislative agenda provides direction and focus for advocacy. It ensures that the work Lacan and its members do is targeted and coordinated. Because it's rooted in real stories, the agenda reflects the true priorities of people with disabilities and their families. It translates individual experiences into collective power. This agenda becomes our voice in the Capitol, representing hundreds of advocates and guiding how we engage with the legislators. Legislative roundtables are organized events where Lacan members gather with their legislators to present the legislative agenda and share their personal stories. It provides a forum for open, respectful dialogue. Legislative visits, on the other hand, are smaller and more personal conversations, sometimes at the Capitol and sometimes in the local office. And it's focused on building your relationship with your lawmaker. Both are vital for educating educators, helping them understand the human aspect of their policy decisions. Because lots of times they don't know unless we tell them. Round tables are powerful because they allow multiple voices to be heard at once, creating a chorus of lived experiences that the policymakers can't ignore. They help policymakers understand the broader impacts of policy issues. Legislative visits give advocates a chance to speak directly to decision makers, deepening that personal connection. These meetings make the issues real and memorable. Often a heartfelt story does more to change minds than statistics ever could. This is the point during legislative session where all the preparation comes to life. LACAN members actively engage with the legislative process. That can include testifying at hearings, calling and emailing legislators, showing up for rallies, or Capitol visits. The goal is to influence votes and ensure the items on our legislative agenda are prioritized, passed, and funded. Advocacy during this phase is like fast-paced and highly strategic. The legislative session is when critical decisions are made. Without direct advocacy, bills can pass or fail without anyone considering how they impact people with disabilities. Speaking up during this time keeps disability issues on the radar. It ensures legislators remember the faces and voices behind the policies. Timing is everything. Advocates must act quickly and decisively. Real change happens when people show up at the right time with a clear, unified message. Before the session even starts, we begin shaping the narrative. Pre-session activities like input gathering and roundtables set the stage for success. They give us time to prepare, strategize, and build relationships. The earlier we start, the more powerful our advocacy will be. It allows us to go into session with a clear message and united voice. That's why we start now, the summer before the legislative session next year, which starts into March, beginning of January. That's why we're starting now. During the session, it's about timing and presence. Bills can move fast and decisions are made quick. That's why every call, email, and testimony counts. Advocacy during session helps the legislators understand the stakes and keeps them accountable to the communities they serve. When we show up, we shape outcomes. To wrap up,